Hi math students, this video is to help you with your checkpoint that's coming up, 10.6. So remember to print out this paper and fill it in with me as we go, or you can use your own paper and write down the answers, or you can do it electronically. But make sure you take these notes because this will be really helpful for you to use when you take your checkpoint right after this video. Okay, so this was about exponents and what to do with exponents when you're multiplying two things together or dividing. So number one, 3 to the 0 power times 3 to the second power. So hopefully you wrote down in your notes all of these exponent rules, but you can follow along with me here as well. So when I have the same base, I have 3 as my base here and 3 as my base here, I'm going to add these exponents. So this is going to become 3 to the 0 plus 2 power, which would just be 3 to the second power. You don't have to write this step down in general. I'm just showing you what the rule is. So you add the exponents when you have the same base like this. Okay, number 2, I'm going to do the same thing here. I have 7 to the second times 7 to the 10th. So when that happens, I'm going to keep the base of 7 and add the exponents. So that's 7 to the 12th. Same thing on number 3. I have the same base, so I'm going to add the exponents. It doesn't matter that this exponent was negative and this one's positive. I still use the same rule. I'm going to keep the base, and negative 5 plus 8 is 3. So this is 3 to the third power. Number 4, now I'm dividing. So this is a different rule. Over here, when I was multiplying the numbers, I added the exponents. When I divide the two numbers with the same base, I'm going to subtract the exponents. So these are things you should have in your notes from the lessons. So this is 6. And then I'm going to subtract the exponents. Sometimes this is really helpful to write out the subtraction, especially when there's negatives. So it's negative 2 minus negative 8. So remember this from the integer lesson. When you're subtracting integers, it's the same as adding the opposite. So negative 2 minus negative 8 is the same as negative 2 plus positive 8. So this becomes 6 to the 6th power. Number 5, I'm going to subtract the exponents because I'm dividing two numbers that have the same base. So this is 2 to the 7 minus 9 power, which would be 2 to the negative 2 power, because 7 minus 9 is the same as 7 plus negative 9. Remember that from the integer lesson. And since we have this negative exponent, we shouldn't leave it like that. We should rewrite it as a fraction, so 1 over 2 to the second power. Number 6, so we have a couple things going on here. So in the denominator, I have two numbers being multiplied together, and then I also have something in the numerator. So let's deal with the denominator first. So I'm going to leave the numerator as 9 to the 4th. In the denominator, I have 9 to the negative 2 times 9 to the 8th. So I'm going to keep the base of 9, and I'm going to add these exponents because I'm multiplying two things with the same base. So that becomes 9 to the 6th. Now I have a division problem. I'm dividing 9 to the 4th divided by 9 to the 6th. So that becomes 9 to the 4 minus 6, which is 9 to the negative 2 power. And if I don't want to leave it like that, I could put it as a fraction, 1 over 9 to the second power. And number 7 is just a question here. What does any number to the 0 power equal? And that is 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So 5 to the 0 power is 1. 10 to the 0 power is 1. Negative 3 to the 0 power is 1. Everything to the 0 power is 1. Don't be tricked, however. If the negative is on the outside, so something like this, negative and then 3 to the 0 power, well, this part, the 3 to the 0 power part is 1. But if the negative's here on the outside, that answer would be negative 1. I don't think they give you a question like that here, but everything to the 0 power is 1, unless they throw this negative way outside of the problem. So don't be tricked by that. All right, if you feel good about these problems, go ahead and take your checkpoint now. If you still need more help, please reach out to me so I can help you before you take your checkpoint.